早速音読を始めましょう。Let's get started. オンライン大学の利用。My uncle Peter has been working as an assistant manager at a department store for a number of years. He entered university after high school and completed his first year, but had to drop out for financial reasons. Peter has done well in his job, but he needs a higher academic qualification in order to be promoted. He wanted to go back to university as a full-time student, but for many years this was not possible because he never had quite enough savings to be able to quit his job. Recently, however, Peter met by chance one of the department store's suppliers who was busily typing at his computer in a coffee shop. He asked curiously, "Are you finishing up work?" To Peter's surprise, the supplier replied, "No, I'm completing a term paper from our marketing class." The supplier went on to explain that he was a student enrolled at an online university. That was when my uncle realized that it is now possible to obtain a university education on the internet. After checking various university websites, he discovered that Central University offered a college degree program in management that could be completed online. The program perfectly suited his needs and he decided to apply. Like students entering traditional universities, he submitted his test scores and high school grades, as well as an essay, in which he discussed his experiences and his goals. Once his application was completed and he was accepted, Peter, like other online students, had to pay his tuition by credit card. He then received a password which allowed him to log in to the university site as a student. He was also required to attach a video camera to his computer, which would allow instructors to see him and check his identity. Normally, a college degree program is completed in 4 years. However, because my uncle has a regular job, he can only take 2 or 3 courses a semester, which means that he will need more than 4 years to complete the degree. Online universities generally allow for longer periods of study, typically up to 10 years. My uncle planned to complete his degree in 7 years. In the first semester, he enrolled in 3 courses: Introduction to Economics, Business Management, and Consumer Psychology. For each course, he received the same textbooks as on-campus students. Once he was logged on to the website for each course, he could access the course syllabus, which set out the weekly timetable, due dates for assignments, and examination schedules. The professor's lectures were posted both in written and video form on a weekly basis. The lectures were followed by questions related to the topics covered and readings assigned. Students were expected to post their own responses on the site during the week. With this arrangement, my uncle became a more active participant in discussions than he had been when he first attended university. He had more time to think about the questions, and his responses then would have been the case in a traditional university class. In the course on business management, the professor encouraged students to contribute their thoughts and experiences to an online forum that could be read by other students. For this task, my uncle was able to draw on his own experience in the department store. His postings describe some of the problems that managers face when marketing products and dealing with customers. His online classmates who also worked in business often gave him feedback and told him that they were learning a lot from the cases he described. For his part, Peter felt that the ideas he picked up from the online exchanges helped him become more effective on the job. Now that he had finished his first semester, my uncle is generally satisfied with the program, but he also feels that there are some problems with online learning. As he sometimes points out, there is neither actual face-to-face interaction with other students in a classroom, nor any socializing off campus, both of which are sometimes regarded as indispensable features of traditional student life. Another problem faces those who live in remote rural areas. Some of my uncle's online classmates live far from a proper library, and they may have difficulty finding specialized journals or books that are needed in advanced courses. Despite these drawbacks, it seems certain that online education will continue to attract people who cannot enroll in traditional university programs. For those who have to work full-time but seek promotions or better opportunities, this type of education is practically the only way in which they can obtain higher qualifications and more advanced skills. In fact, my uncle's experience during the past semester has already made a difference. Based on what he has learned at his online university, he has made a number of suggestions to his boss, and sales in his department have been steadily increasing. どうだったでしょうか？音読は英語の語順のまま内容が理解できるまで繰り返し読むことが大切です。It will be tough at first, but it will reward you well if you hang in there. それでは次回をお楽しみに。